there, wrestling fans, and welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast pre-show for SummerSlam. And now, introducing to the mic myself, Joe the Panther Jr., the Thad. And now, introducing the happy heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe?
Let's introduce another part of this panel. The one, the only. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Ella J of A Wrestling Gal podcast. I'm so happy to be here tonight on SummerSlam of all nights.
Yes, the
Yeah.
big SummerSlam. So you guys excited for tonight? I'm ready to rock, you know.
I'm super excited. There's so much going on in wrestling right now, and so I'm super excited to see what WWE can pull out of their hat tonight. So we'll see.
Yeah, after last night, it's going to be – they kind of took the wind out of SummerSlam.
Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
They might have something up their sleeve. You never know tonight. So
Okay. Before we started doing our predictions, out of all the SummerSlams that have happened so far, like in our lifetimes, which one's like your favorite one to like say, oh, that's my boy, that's my team, that's my favorite one?
For me, I think with just like the one that came into my first memory was when Becky Lynch turned on Charlotte after Charlotte won the SmackDown Women's Championship. So this is 2018. And that really started the invention of the man and Becky Lynch's iconic run. And so for me, when Becky turning on Charlotte, as much as I love Charlotte, that I think was such an iconic moment, that SummerSlam.
That and I don't want to be biased, but I was there for that one. SummerSlam 2002.
SummerSlam. But that's the one. Yeah, that's the one that me and Geek were there. We didn't know each other yet. But for me, it always has to go back to the 80s, the very first SummerSlam ever in Madison Square. I wasn't there, but I was there in spirit. But I'm Mr. Old School, certified old school on the podcast. But from me as a child, I never got a chance to see the 88 one. But as a child, SummerSlam 91 had some part of my life. Watching the Mr. Perfect lose to Bret to him at Hart always hits my place in my heart because Bret Hart finally getting the title, and I hate for him to jump into the chat or ask me to pay him money. The perfect payoff, the $1 million payoff. Virgil beats the $1 million man for the $1 million belt in Madison Square Garden with the world watching. That's like, and the next year, British Bulldog beats Bret Hart in Wembley Stadium for the Intercontinental title. Those have my heart. And always, though, too, that 91, 92 always have my heart because of certain things. All right, let's start this before Grandpa Joe goes on his rant.
So, you want me to get out the poster now?
Yes, let's get that poster out, sir. All right.
So, we got Jinder Mahal versus Drew McIntyre. The first match.
All right. Ella, you lead this off.
This one, I mean, this one I have to be pulling for Drew because personally I have never really been a fan of Jinder Mahal, and I think it's a good refresher though for Drew too because he was losing some steam after getting championship match after championship match. So I will say it is really refreshing to see him in this kind of new feud and also kind of taking it back a little bit to their time in 3MB. And so I think here, Drew McIntyre has really been at odds with the modern day Maharaja and his crew. So I think it's time that he really overcomes the odds, and I think definitely we'll see Jinder's kind of crew play a part into this matchup, but I think Drew is going to pull out the victory finally after Jinder's been able to get the best of him over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Drew also because, I mean, he is the chosen one after all, right?
That is true.
So, I mean, he is the guy. Well, I mean, Bobby's right now the guy, but he is technically still the guy right now. So I would say I'm going to have to pull for Drew on this one.
I feel the same way. I like the Maharaja thing, but I can't see Drew losing this match and like putting the other guy over right now. It's like, what is there for the Maharaja to do? Like Drew is technically right now, he could go for another title shot after SummerSlam if they really wanted to give him another shot for the belt. Because Bobby's not losing this title at all. He is not losing the title. They're gonna probably give him yeah, it's gonna happen. So yeah,
not for a while at least.
No, maybe next WrestleMania. Do you think that, guys? I don't know.
I don't know the Lashley Goldberg thing tonight. I don't know what is going to happen. I just fear that Goldberg is going to become champion. However, I want Bobby Lashley to retain. I can really see it going either way. I think I would love if like Bobby. I mean, we might as well get into that match.
Let's do that match now.
Yeah, Bobby versus Goldberg. That one, I am so far. There is the Money in the Bank briefcase too, but didn't Baron Corbin still get away with it last night on SmackDown? Big E tried to attempt to take it back, but doesn't Baron Corbin still have the championship or the briefcase? Does he not? I see the comment there, but I think in this one we might be getting the return of Brock Lesnar afterwards, or maybe we'll see Gage Goldberg having some impact into this matchup. I want Bobby Lashley to win, but I can really see it going either way, and plus we don't know what surprises they have up in store for us, but I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley retaining here. However, I can see it going either way.
Interesting. You go next, Geek.
All right, so we got the Usos versus the Mysterios, which is the next one.
I meant the prediction, bro.
I prediction.
See, typical heel going on.
That's right. I'm gonna have to say it's kind of a tough one because truth be told, Bobby Lashley should be winning this match tonight. He should, because Goldberg's just there to collect. I mean, they're all there to collect a paycheck. But Goldberg is really there to be in and out, and that's it. Bobby is the future right there, and he should be still the champion at the end of tonight. But the way Vince thinks is he sees Goldberg as a money sign, and I could see, if anything, Vince probably wants another Goldberg and Brock match probably for WrestleMania. So I don't see. I mean, so it's really tough, but I'm just gonna say Goldberg with this one.
So we're 1-1. It's up to you, Joe. You're the deciding factor.
I'm an old school guy. Goldberg goes by like my high school years, but you know what? Bobby's hot right now. He's white hot, man. Like he's using that lock really well. The Masters must be so happy because someone's using that lock in perfection. I got Bobby Lashley at a short 1, 2, 3 submission hold, ding ding ding, match is over. So yeah, I got Bobby Lashley.
All right, and then we have the Mysterios versus the Usos.
How do you feel in this, Bella?
I am going with the Usos retaining here. And I just don't see them dropping the titles after they've only held them for like a month now at this point, and I really don't like the back and forth. And I think if they're going to continue the bloodline storyline going forward and keeping the faction together strong, I think they need to have the Usos hold on to the championships for a little bit. And whether or not Roman retains tonight or not, I think the Usos, have finally proved themselves to Roman. They've become the SmackDown Tag Team Champions again. So I don't think they're going to be dropping the championships tonight. However, I would love if the Mysterios won them, but I'm going to go with the Usos retaining here.
Okay. I'm going to reject that one. I'm going to say the Mysterios are winning tonight. Because, I mean, yeah, the Usos are on top of their game right now, but Vince always likes that shock factor. So you never know. I mean, the Usos could definitely the Mysterios could definitely take the titles tonight, and they could be the father-son tag team leading up to WrestleMania, where that one match.
Gabe, you're going. Is it us? Is that me or is that you? Are we getting messages? Oh, no. Like we always get the messages from wrestlers on our Instagram. I mean, every time during the show, Ella. My apologies.
You're good.
From Geek.
Go ahead,
I'm
Joe.
a big Rey Mysterio fan since WCW, so I have to take Team Mysterio because it's Rey Mysterio. It's the king of the lucha, man. The king of Mysterio, baby. You got to take the mask, the man behind the mask, and his tall Andre the Giant like son now. That confused the hell out of my dad, Ella, saying that's his Randy. Who's this guy? I'm like, that's Rey Mysterio's son. What? My dad's face just went, huh? So yeah, I got Team Mysterio.
Phone's banned at ringside.
Yeah, that's our thing. Like either someone's phone rings and then our mod
Joe's house phone always rings.
Every time.
Oh really?
Every time, never fails during the middle of a podcast with a guest. And they're like, what's that? And I'm like, it goes, phone call from. I'm like, every time. My mom's like, take the phone out of your room. I'm like, we're talking to the guest, we're getting ready, prepping. I'm not thinking about a phone in the room. I'm thinking about the guest. I feel like be our guest, keep our guests happy, chitter chatter. So yeah, Team Mysterio. Next up, Geek.
Next up is we got what's it? Sheamus versus my name's on my tip of my
Priest.
tongue. Damian Priest. Thank you. And I should know this because I've known him since Ring of Honor. So when he was Punishment Martinez.
Yep, but me too.
I'm going with Damian Priest on this one. Because I'm going Damian Priest because Vince seems to love Damian Priest, and he's the hot thing right now going. So I'm going to go with Damian Priest.
How do you feel in this one, Ella?
I can see Damian Priest winning. However, I mean, Damian and John have gotten into a scuffle over the past few weeks. So maybe John Morrison or The Miz cost him the championship. However, that's probably unlikely. But I do see them going towards, because their vision is the future, right? At least with NXT. And so I think Sheamus has kind of run his course as United States champion, so I agree with Metal Geek here, and I'm thinking Damian Priest is going to win his first championship on the main roster. So I'm going with Damian Priest.
I like Sheamus, but I feel Damian Priest is going to win this because he is the future, as you're right, Ella. It's like the future of the business and the future of WWE, like as a whole. Like Sheamus is the past. I mean, I am Mr. Old School certified, but like we got to think of the future here of WWE. Priest could be like a future world heavyweight champion or world champion of Raw or SmackDown. Because isn't the draft coming up soon, or did the draft already happen?
Yeah, I think the draft is September, I believe the rumor was. So I think it's coming up in a few weeks right after SummerSlam. I think early September.
So he can easily, like, if he gets drafted to SmackDown, like, I can see, like, him winning the title, like, maybe next year, tops. So I got Priest. Next.
I can read that. You got the tag title match. You got the RK Bros versus Osmos and AJ. What do you got, everybody?
Okay.
We'll start with Ella.
I think this one might be the most obvious match of the night. Like, RK Bro has been on a they were really on a hot streak before Randy took his hiatus for a few weeks. Randy was at like 6 or 7 weeks. And obviously they've teased the dissension between them. Randy Orton has RKO'd Riddle. However, I think AJ Styles and Omos, again, they won the championships at WrestleMania. But I think, again, they're going towards the future. And so RK Bro, I think, has been on a real hot streak, and they've obviously been pushing them on Raw, so I think we're going to be getting some new Raw Tag Team Champions tonight.
Joe?
I like RK Bro. I was going to originally go for, like, the big guy and his partner, but I have a feeling they're going to break up tonight. Something bad's going to happen with AJ. He's going to do something dumb or mess up. And the big dude's going to get mad at him at the end of the match and chokeslam him. RK Bro for the win. New tag champions.
I'm gonna disagree with the both of you. Actually, I'm gonna have to say that Osmos and AJ are going to retain tonight, and they're going to keep the belts. And RK Bro is going to be the one that breaks up.
It's possible
as a swerve.
Interesting. Next.
What we got next here? We got Mrs. Fiend. As we know, Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie.
All right. Who do you got?
Who we starting with? We're starting with you. All right.
You start. You start off, Ella.
Alexa Bliss is winning here, whether that be via assistance by Lily or Dewdrop turning on Eva Marie. Everybody knows this match is going to be full of theatrics and it's not going to be really known for its wrestling. So I think in any scenario, whether Dewdrop turns on Eva Marie or Lily somehow appears and aids Alexa Bliss, I think Bliss is winning in any scenario here, or at least I hope so.
Yeah. You go next.
Go ahead, Joe.
Well, I could see Alexa Bliss winning this instantly because, as Ella said, this is not gonna be known for its wrestling. It's gonna be like lots of like CGI or like a lot of character interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they may even make Dewdrop do something like pop in and grab her, and then lights turn off, and it's Alexa. Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of like camera trickery. So yeah. I can see Alexa for the win. Creepy style with the win.
Actually, this may sound a little. I mean, yeah, Alexa, like she's the top person right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if you saw this. Everyone's going to call me crazy on this one. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw an appearance from the Fiend tonight. As they're keeping it very secret right now.
And he shaved his beard off too. You know that, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if like something happened tonight where the Fiend actually showed up, where he was released, but I heard Fox was very pissed off about that. So I wouldn't be surprised if WWE wants to keep their investors and their partners happy. They would bring back the Fiend tonight at SummerSlam. Would be the perfect night. So I mean, Alexa may win tonight, but the Fiend may return. So
there's some pictures out there. I don't know if you saw this, guys, of the picture of what it looks like Bray Wyatt up in the upper deck at the AEW show last night. Same hairstyle, up in a bun, with the mask on, one of those sleeve masks up. It's all over Instagram, like all over it.
I didn't see it.
I saw it. I actually saw it. He there was like it sitting in the last row. I gotta send it to you guys. My friend sent it to me, so
it was weird.
I'll send it in the chat.
It was all over our feed this morning. I was like, I woke up with squiggly eyes, shake my eyes, and I looked. I was like, was Bray Wyatt at AEW last night? Watching in a mask, like he had one of those, the sleeve mask. It looks like a turtleneck.
Gators,
the gator. That's what it's called, a gator. I don't know what it's called. I call it a turtleneck.
Yeah,
a turtleneck. And he had the same hair up in a bun. But people, I want someone in the chat like, they didn't look like him. I'm like, that must have been him, because you can't stop someone from going to another wrestling promotion.
Yeah,
you can't say you can't go there. They could.
Yeah, if everyone wants to see it, I'll send everybody. I'll post it on Facebook later. So if everybody wants to see it later, so I'll post it. I'll post it in the chat as well. Next we got the triple threat match. We got Rhea Ripley, Nikki Ash, and Charlotte. Joe knows who's winning already.
You're saying Charlotte. All right, let's start this off. Ella, let's start this off the fun way.
Nikki Ash is retaining here. Although I would love for Charlotte to win. I think if they're trying to push Nikki Ash and develop her character, because she's been getting boos at live shows, and if they want her to develop that character and cater to this younger demographic that her new character as the almost superhero is attempting to do. I think what better way than to overcome the odds in this match. I think the triple threat adds an interesting dynamic. So I think Rhea Ripley might hit like a riptide on Charlotte, but Nikki ASH comes in here and maybe tosses Rhea out or something, and then gets the pin on Charlotte. So for me, I can see Nikki ASH pinning Charlotte tonight to prove Charlotte wrong after Charlotte said, "You're not in my league," but I think Nikki ASH is retaining here if they're looking to seriously cater towards this younger demographic like her character is trying to do.
Okay. I got next on panel. I could see what Ella said. I could see her retaining the belt, but I also feel that they clearly haven't gave a nice chance to give back to Rhea Ripley getting the belt back, because she could be a future two-time women's champion, because she was on NXT, and wasn't she NXT champion for a long time too?
Yeah, she was a while. Yeah,
let the woman have a chance to win there. I know she's still new on Raw, but give her time to flap her crow wings. You know that she'll take over the whole division and black out the sun. So she's a good character. Give her opportunity. You know, I can't stand sometimes WWE doesn't give good characters like her a chance to shine. Certain characters, Geek gets mad at me, but sometimes I go off on the heels. They gave Charlotte Flair the opportunity for everything.
Yeah, but doesn't she deserve it?
She's a good character and she's a good wrestler, but give these new talents a time to shine.
I get what you're saying, Joe, but doesn't Charlotte deserve it though?
She does, but let's give her push her back a little bit, Char, back up and giving her nickname. It's not like I'm talking.
Hey, I call her Char too.
I just threw that out. That's joke, old joke. Come on, Char's in Donkey Joe's knee. Back up a little bit, Char. Come on, girl. Give the other girls talent. I got Rhea Ripley for the win. Caw.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go with Charlotte on this one. Because
so it's a tie. Okay.
Because she is the queen.
Yeah.
And she will regain her belt tonight at SummerSlam, the second biggest show of the year.
She is undefeated at SummerSlam. So is Eva Marie. So we'll see.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Charlotte is undefeated at SummerSlam.
No, Eva Marie.
Yeah, it's only one match, but so technically she's undefeated.
Did you see my head explode when
she's 1-0, I believe. So
the Fiend can come out tonight.
Maybe.
It's a possibility. My head for the next prediction. Oh gosh, my hat exploded. My poor microphone. It was live. What? Mind blown.
So that prediction can come true. The Fiend may be at SummerSlam. You never know.
Yeah. All right. Next.
We got Seth Rollins versus Edge.
Ooh. All right, Ellie, your turn, big friend.
Edge has to win here because his last two pay-per-view appearances he has lost at WrestleMania and Money in the Bank. So if anybody is going to if anybody's going to take the pinfall to Edge or to Edge, it's going to be Seth Rollins. Because Seth doesn't necessarily need this win. He's going to be great regardless. And again, we don't know if Edge is going to be fading out after this because we don't know whether he's part-time or full-time or how long he'll be here. But Edge, I think, desperately needs this win because he's lost his last two pay-per-view appearances. However, he did get the leg up last night on SmackDown, and they always say whoever gets the last momentum going into a pay-per-view is going to be losing. So I don't know. So my thoughts have kind of changed a little bit from last night, but I still think Edge needs to win here. So for that reason, I'm going to go with Edge.
Okay.
Joe?
I'm going to go on Ella's side on this one. I as you know, I'm Mr. Sort of old school. I fanboyed out watching that video this morning on Instagram. Oh my God. Every dark side of Little Panther the third went absolutely cray. I fanboyed. To hear that theme song, are you ready? I'm like, if he brings back the freaking Brood tonight I just got chills. Oh, I got
You're missing
chills.
one person though. You're missing Christian.
Yes, but that could be a new version. He could bring up a brand new Brood. Started. Hey, the brand new Brood gets started tonight. He starts like getting
Recruiting.
out.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, I just got chilled. Do you know who we could probably try to recruit? What's his face? We just said that'll beat what's his face?
Balor?
No, not Balor. Yeah, Balor. Yeah, Balor. And what's his face that we said they were supposed to win the other match?
Damian Priest?
Yes.
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest goes heel and goes dark.
Yeah.
Or maybe face. Would you want to make the Brood heel or face?
I mean, it's Edge. I'm gonna cheer him regardless.
I got Edge for the win, and the Brood a new Brood is born.
All right, I'm gonna have to burst everyone's bubble here. I'm gonna have to say Seth Rollins, just because Edge doesn't need it. He really doesn't need it because he's already established. I mean, Rollins is established as well, but Rollins is still going. Edge is part-time. He doesn't need the rub from Rollins. Rollins needs it more. So I'm gonna go with Rollins on this one.
Good prediction, Geeky. Next.
What we got? And we got Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair.
Okay. Even though there was a lot of reports earlier today, Ella said we were off air that match was canceled for tonight. But then, as Ella told us when we were off air, it's still WWE hasn't reported it. So, as Ella just did this, at least that's Joe's dance moves. Yeah, I'm like I have a toss up right now because I do like Sasha Banks because she's a very good star and that's WWE's go-to girl right there. Like, I'm feeling the future as always. I got Bianca Belair because she's a good star. She's a rising star. She's a big face, and she's so good on the microphone that line she says, "You don't even go here." It'd be so line good for anybody, anywhere you want. Pray to God, Geek. Goodness, happy with your cell phone. So Bianca Belair for the win, slapping the camera because Geeky interrupted the stream.
All right, who goes next? Ella or we'll get the guest?
Let's let our guests on panel go next.
I agree with Joe. I think Bianca Belair is going to be retaining here. I think she's had a lot of momentum going into this. I mean, she just wrestled back-to-back matches last night and proved her strength and all of that. But again, we don't know what's going on in the situation. They were both off of live events last weekend, so I don't know if Sasha Banks, what the deal is. However, I do believe that Bianca Belair will be continuing her reign as SmackDown Women's Champion by retaining tonight if this match does happen still.
I'm going to agree with both of you. I'm going to say Bianca's going to retain just because she needs it. She needs it right now. I'm turning face. Look at that right now.
Wow. See, look what you did. You joined our stream and the Geek is turning face.
But I'm going to go Bianca. Shirts. What's up?
We got to get that shirts that guy has that says face heel. Have you ever seen them, Ella? Floating around.
I believe so.
I think I spoke to him today. I spoke to him today. He may be coming on our podcast in 2020. I'm trying to get him.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm working on it. We're definitely going to book you for 2022 to come on the Dudes at Ringside podcast as a guest. So
okay, I'm down.
Yeah.
We want you. Okay, next.
So next, I didn't really elaborate, but I still think Bianca is going to retain tonight. So
okay,
that's it. Yeah.
Next. Oh, we did. Oh, yeah, we already got. Okay.
And the main event: John Cena versus Roman Reigns.
Oh boy,
that's toughy. Who needs it more?
My thoughts have changed. If you asked me 2 days ago, full force, John Cena. However, Roman Reigns upped the stakes, and if Roman Reigns loses, he leaves WWE. So I can see Yeah, he said that last night on SmackDown. So I can see two scenarios unfolding here. So either Roman wins and stays in WWE and stays Universal Champion, or maybe good old Brock Lesnar comes out and it ends in a no contest or a DQ. But I can either see a no contest or Roman Reigns winning. However, my heart wants John Cena to win, but with Reigns saying, I'm leaving WWE if I lose, I'm walking out, I don't see any world where Roman Reigns walks out. So I think it might be a no contest.
Especially if The Rock is lurking in the corners for WrestleMania.
Oh, The Rock too, yeah.
Right? That's another rumor right now that The Rock is going to actually be at the Barclays Center.
You know what? I'm taking Ella's side in this one because after she said Brock, match is about to end. Roman's about to hit the spear, and all of a sudden you hear that almost famous weird siren or whatever that is. And then Paul Heyman's just like, what?
Oh, yeah, because that's his former client, too. That's true.
Yeah.
He starts running like he has to take a poop in the middle of a traffic. Paul Heyman like, what? Yeah, so yeah, no contest. Brock Lesnar comes out, F5s both men, referee goes for the bell, game over. Double DQ.
That's if the borders to Canada are open.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brock. Well, they are open.
They're starting to open.
We have friends that have told us we can come to Canada if we wanted to.
So,
our friends from Straight Talk.
The borders are starting to open, so he might just be staying at a hotel for a couple of days.
You never know.
You never know. So, but I'm still gonna go Roman Reigns because that's the logical choice. He's the head of the table, and he's gonna win tonight. So and retain the title.
If it's a no contest, he does technically still retain. So I think Roman is definitely retaining. Via what fashion, I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
That's our prediction show.
Yes, that's our prediction show, and we just did everything. If Ella, do you have any interviews that you want to plug that are coming up, or you have it on your website? Go for it. Stage yours.
So next week I will be at NWA Empower and NWA 73 doing a lot of in-person interviews with a lot of the girls from Empower on behalf of SE Scoops, who I also work for. So that's going to be super exciting. And I also have an interview series coming up at the beginning of September for Capital Championship Wrestling, which is a new all-women's promotion, and I have some fun stuff coming up. But you can follow my podcast, much like your podcast, on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, Stitcher, etc. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at a wrestling gal, or my personal Twitter at it's Ella J, like it says in the little bubble thing right there.
That's awesome. There's another promotion you should definitely get in contact with to try to talk to them. Is we're actually having him on later in the months. We're having the owner of Liberty Pro Wrestling.
I've heard of them.
Yes. Yeah. And also tomorrow we're having Brittany from she is the very first.
You mean Monday, Joe?
Monday. I got confused. I got the days of the week confused. All this stuff going on.
Because we don't normally do podcasts on Saturdays. That's why you got confused.
Monday we're having Brittany with an I, the owner and promoter of Elevate.
Oh, I love Elevate.
We're having Brittany, the owner, and it's gonna be. I'm super excited because, as I said before the podcast, I love supporting female wrestlers, and I love supporting anybody that a female owner. She's the first in New Orleans history to be a promoter and owner. That's so cool. Yeah. So cool. You can't even say how cool it is to help her put herself out there and tell her stories about being a female owner. That's big. That's big. It's and
incredible.
having you help us out with this, I thank you so much for coming on panel and helping
thank you
us
so
with the
much.
SummerSlam prediction show, Ella. It's just like, I know you're so busy doing your interviews and stuff like that, but thank you.
Thank you for having me too. And yeah, I have such a busy schedule leading up to next week. I fly out in 5 days, and I have still so many shows to do and editing to do. But it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yes. If you have any like guests that you talk to now, you met us in person, and you tell them, hey, I talking to dudes at Ringside, Joe and Metal Geek. If you guys are looking for another interview, talk to them. They love talking to female wrestlers on to male wrestlers, and you can go on ours and message the people we spoke to. Like we we've spoken to Kiara too. Kiara, she was one of our
Kiara's
show.
awesome.
Oh, Kiara and
is.
Alfie is a sweetheart. We haven't had her yet. At the end of this month, the 30th. But Shorty is another one you should talk to from CPW.
I follow her. Yeah,
she's a triple threat. That girl. Wrestler, rapper, singer, artist. She does
Wrestler.
everything. Wrestler. I said wrestler. She does everything, and she could flow too. She could rap. I watched her on YouTube. I was just like, girl's got an Eminem rap with a British accent. She's like, and she curses too. I was like, whoa. I told her we're gonna help her with her music on there too, but I'm scared. I'm like, will we get a flag for playing her music on the podcast?
I don't know.
If the rights are from her, you know what I mean? We gotta ask her.
Yeah. So, all right. Do you want to send us off, fella? Or I don't know how we want to do this.
Do you guys have anything else you guys want to plug, your social medias and all that too as well?
Oh, check me out at Joe Panther III on Instagram. You want to check me out on Facebook? It's Randy Retiguez with a Q. Check me out. Check us out on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook Live, and also go on TikTok and look up Dudes at Ringside Podcast. And YouTube, Dudes at Ringside Podcast. And Geeky Shuffle, go get them.
All right, you could follow me. I have 3 or 4 pages already. I got Light Drop Lunch Hour. I have Wrestling World, and you could follow me on Instagram at MetalGeek85. You could follow Dudes at Ringside. I'm also on there as well. I'm the mod on the page. You could follow me on Twitter at MetalGeek85 as well. So,
all right.
All
right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ella, and you all have a fantastic night.
Enjoy SummerSlam.
Enjoy SummerSlam.
Super Slam.
The pre-show starts in like 15 minutes, so that's gonna be fun too.
Yeah.
Later.